Well, hello everyone. Anil here with AnilNOW GOYA mentorship. And today I want to do a lesson around the trust and faith we have in ourselves as we go about creating what we want in our life and business. And at the same time, plugging into that external source for direction, for help, for guidance. Very, very important, especially for those of you who have a spiritual side. Maybe you talk daily with your God, or you plug into your source. It could be horoscopes, it could be tarot, um, whatever works for you, or it could also be the universe, that energy source. And it's quite fascinating because in the last, I would say, year or so or more, I've made some major shifts in my life and major transitions because a lot of things have shifted for me in many, many ways. Plus, I'm also living in a different part of the world, different climate, different culture, different foods. So I've had to adjust. And along that way, I started plugging more and more into my spiritual side, having conversations with God, source, the universe, putting my trust and faith in unseen entities and letting them be the guide, letting them hold the reins, letting them direct my steps. And I've encountered some situations as you saw recently. I posted on my Facebook that I connected with someone. We were hanging out, spending time together, going out sociably, restaurants, drinks. And then I picked up on certain vibes from the person because, again, I was trusting in the source. And the source was directing me like, Anil, back off, leave them alone, stop having association with them, stop talking to them. And lo and behold, I find out just over a month or so ago, they got shot and killed in a robbery, holding up a police officer to steal from him. And they got killed because they were up to no good. They were involved in activities that caused their death. So imagine if I was still in their association. Imagine if I was still hanging out with them for whatever reasons. Maybe I was being lonely, or I needed companionship, or I thought, I want to hang out with this person because they're sweet and nice, and they tell me what I want to hear, or they validate me or make me feel good about myself. Maybe if I continued hanging out with them, I could have been killed as well. So sometimes, yeah, we can follow our intuition and our gut instincts. However, there's a saying that man and woman are incapable of directing their own steps. And now, why is there wisdom in that? Well, how long have you been alive on the planet or been a responsible, mature adult? Would you say you have enough experience to direct your steps? Maybe not. Maybe in some areas you are, but not in everything. I know for myself, every day is a new day. I'm taking on new things, new responsibility, new projects. So I need that external guidance. I need that source or that energy directing me to make sound, wise decisions. I can't count on myself because I don't have a lot of time existing on the planet to say that I know a lot. A lot of things I'm still learning and mastering. So I am not about directing my own steps. I'm about getting advice, getting help, getting assistance. And so I want to share this really interesting quote that I've loved for many, many years. And I thought it'd be apropos to share it. Um, Let me bring it up. And it goes like this. It's really cool. Let me make sure I'm sharing. Okay. It says, don't worry about people God has removed from your life. He heard conversations you didn't, saw things you couldn't, and made moves you wouldn't. So let me repeat that. Don't worry about people God has removed from your life. He heard conversations you didn't, saw things you couldn't, and made moves you wouldn't. Now, what does that mean? Well, we can replace God with source, the universe, whoever again is directing your steps, or you put your trust and faith in. Well, you ever had something happen to you and you're like scratching your head going, really? That person is no longer in my life? Or that business didn't work out? or that deal I was working on didn't happen, or that money I was waiting on didn't come in, or that meeting I was planning didn't transpire, or that situation dating this person didn't work out. Well, here's why. If you truly are plugging into your spiritual side to plug into God, source, and the universe, and you are allowing other sources to direct your steps that are wiser, more experienced, been around longer, know what they're doing, wouldn't they be listening on conversations you didn't hear? Wouldn't they have seen things you didn't see? Wouldn't they have made moves or will help you make moves that you normally wouldn't? How many times have you done something and go, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did this again. I've done this before and arrived at the same conclusion. I can't believe I did it again and screwed myself." Have you ever done that? Have you ever dated the same type of person and ended up in the same situation, attracting the same type of person and the same type of person and the same type of person and the same type of person? Have you been in business with the same type of person and got into problems with the same type of person, same type of person, same type of person in different businesses and platforms? And this is why, is because you're directing your own steps. You don't know what you're doing. And so you think you have it figured out based on your experience in past stuff. Well, that can only serve you so much. Okay. So let me stop sharing. So remember this. Don't worry about people God has removed from your life. Don't worry about it. Just trust the process. He heard conversations you didn't. So people have spoken about you behind your back, maybe not nice things. He saw things you didn't. So he saw people doing things to put you in detriment, to put you in a sticky situation. And he made moves you wouldn't, or they or she or whoever you plug into made moves you wouldn't. So you have to learn to trust the process. So let me stop sharing now. Okay, let me make sure I'm not sharing. Okay, awesome. So that's what it boils down to. It boils down to, um, let me just go back here. I just want to make sure I am sharing or not sharing. Okay, awesome. So you have to trust the process. You have to understand that there are external forces that are available to you, energy sources that are there to help you, whatever that is, that may be, whatever works for you. So in the last while, I've been plugging into those things and they've been directing my steps amazingly. Big deals are coming to me, clients are coming to me, money's flowing. The relationships I have are flourishing. I'm very careful about who I spend my time with. And it's really, really making a difference because here's something I've learned really well in the last few years. We can't not expect to create the results we want spending time with the wrong people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've never seen anybody prove me wrong on that. It's impossible to create what you want in the time you have allotted, spending your time and giving your time and giving your energy to the wrong people. I don't care what you tell me, how sweet they are, how nice they are, how caring they are, whatever stories you tell yourself to validate. This person I had interest in was sweet. She was very nice. She bought me meals, bought me drinks, treated me well, but she was a criminal. She was robbing people, stealing from people, and one of those when things went bad where she got killed. So I don't it didn't matter how sweet she was and how nice she was and how she treated me. She was bad news. And some of us are spending time and hanging around people who we know in the back of our mind are bad news, but for whatever reason they validate who we are or make us feel good about ourselves. We're still hanging around them. We're still in business with them. We still justify why we're still spending time with them. Well, shame on you. Shame on you. So my suggestion is Goya, get off your ass with believing you got things figured out. And maybe surrendering control in those areas and asking for direction. One of my mentors shared this with me many, many years ago, and it really, really resonated with me because I was going through a difficult time. And he said, Anil, you know why you're struggling? You know why you can't create what you want, attract what you want, and things don't work out well and fall apart or being delayed and not happening? Is because you're out of control. When I look in on your life, you're out of control. You're helter-skelter. You think you have to be in control in order for things to work. Why don't you start giving up control in different areas and give up control trying to figure things out and sort things out and understand things and worry about things and let other people and other sources and other things take care of those things and let those things work for you, which I've covered on other mentorship videos. It's called the mastermind. So your mastermind could be people, or it could be sources. It could be energy. It could be different avenues that work in harmony to elevate you and elevate your game and work with you. And some of us, we think we need to do it alone. You know, one of the stupidest cliches I've ever heard is, if it's got to be, it's up to me. Yeah, there's some power to that, but it's really a dumb saying. And if you're saying it, you got to stop saying it, because you can only do so much. Some of the greatest accomplishments on the planet, other people did, surrounding themselves with other sources, other people, other energy forms. So the lesson today I wanted to share with all of you is, start spending time plugging into the sources that you have access to help you create what you want in your life and your business. Stop and give up doing it alone, figuring it out, being in control, being helter-skelter, operating in chaos, because it's not going to serve you. You're going to waste time that you're not going to get back. You're going to waste money that you may never see again. And you're going to sabotage and destroy relationships that are very valuable and very, very important, because you're spending time on things that are not advancing you in any way. And you're spending time with people that are not advancing you in anywhere as well. So so again, this is AnilNOW GOYA, my mentorship series. Plug in, reach out, share what's going on in your life. I'd love to hear from you. Again, my mentorship is free. You don't have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of coaches and people for what I give for free. So I'm here to serve you in any way possible. And again, to help you advance and move forward and level up where you're stuck, out of performance, ineffectual, not creating, you're not generating results. I'm here to support you with my mentorship. So have a wonderful day where you are. Be well, take care of yourself, be smart. And remember, start learning and figuring out how to access these sources, God, the universe, whatever source you're plugging into that could work for you that you have not been plugging into and neglecting. So take care, and I wish you all the best.